President's Page by Joseph D. McNeil, Sr. A new Head & Shoulders thumbnail photo of Joe McNeil accompanies his President's Page. Dressed in a tuxedo, which includes a black bow tie, Joe is also wearing his BVA garrison cap. The background of the photo again contains scattered images of the organization's logo, seal, and website URL. The content of the President's Page begins with the following. The 77th National Convention opened in grand style after it had been 2 years since we had gathered as a BVA family. It was truly great to see old friends and put faces to names and voices I'd been hearing during the past 2 years via Zoom. The success of our 2022 convention was due in large part to a great team effort consisting of staff, volunteers, and our members. I thank all of our delegates, many of whom overcame travel difficulties and performed their duties well. I must also mention a dedicated and attentive Hyatt Regency Hotel staff who went out of their way to assist all of us in countless ways. There was plenty of behind-the-scenes work that made this convention enjoyable for both new and seasoned members. Outstanding meals, an organized layout of vendors in the exhibit hall, and amazing volunteers do not happen by chance or accident. As referenced in more detail by Tracy Farrow later in this issue, we could perhaps have picked up and gone home once we had presented the wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier on Monday afternoon. It was emotionally moving to do this with my fellow blinded veterans and the first ever female sergeant of the Honor Guard. Another highlight for me was Tuesday's Ambassador Good Morning Coffee and Breakfast, as we recognized individually the men and women who successfully completed the ambassador training. We also heard from our friends at ORCAM, who sponsored the event. As leaders of BVA, we cannot be more pleased with the potential and future of the ambassador program, and the breakfast most certainly reinforced the importance of this remarkable initiative. On Tuesday, a gorgeous summer day in the nation's capital, 2 off-site National Mall tours were also conducted where the World War II, Vietnam veterans, Lincoln, and Korean War memorials are situated. Although many of us had stood at these memorials previously, the experience took on new meaning on this occasion, especially with the number of Vietnam War-era veterans who were with us. Other highlights included multiple Lunch and Learn events sponsored by DOT Incorporation and Oracle Cerner, the first ever BVA Blackout Bingo competition in the exhibit hall with 2 $1,400 prizes that covered convention expenses, the traditional auxiliary silent auction, and a bowling and bocce activity with dinner that occurred in the heart of Georgetown. If these events were not enough to instruct and inspire, there was an additional treat in store for us at the annual Father Carroll Memorial Luncheon on Thursday, just past noon. The treat was more than the great food, as our beloved Lonnie Bedwell knocked it out of the park with his recounting of a journey described with words, but which had meaning beyond words. If you couldn't be with us this year, get with your delegates and get briefed. Next year, you can be part of the fun in St. Louis, Missouri. The 77th was great, and the 78th promises to be even better.